Was good, y'all. Uh, I know it's kind of late, but appreciate y'all hopping in. Um, it'll be worth it. Trust me, it'll be worth it. I'm gonna just let a couple people hop in, and yeah, we're gonna go over a couple things. Quickly look at stuff, and also, yeah, this good trader or whatever that I've been following for a while. Yeah, he was giving out his EMA picks. I know some people like EMAs or whatever as extra confirmations. Um, so I thought these were interesting, especially the 128 EMA. Uh, yeah, like just kind of looking historically. I haven't traded with this or anything yet, like or implemented it into my strategy, but I've just been kind of looking at how it all plays out, from history and seeing, hey, what to look for, uh, in the future to try to catch these nice ass entries. Um, yeah, but I mean, I ain't really going to go over anything technical today. Just trying to really show y'all like how to park your money and earn these crazy interests. For example, on Ohm. Yeah, Ohm been going crazy, like crazy. Ken said farming. So yeah, it's pretty much like farming, but well, not really farming. It's staking. So there's three terms I want y'all to really understand: staking, farming, and pooling. They all are technically the same method of putting your coins away or putting money away into the protocol. Because think about it, if everyone's locking up their money in the program, right? It's basically like everyone is buying the stock or putting money into a company or reinvesting their money into a company so that it can continue to grow. And it's especially good too for like the sustainability of the price of the token. If everyone has it locked up and just earning rewards type of stuff passively, no one's really selling, thus meaning there's less on the markets to be traded. And if it's you know, a coin that's highly sought after, then, people, it adds more scarcity to the coin and thus making the price run up. Ohm been doing really well. We verified that Mark Cuban is an Ohm. I think he had put like probably 500,000 into it around these $200 to $300 levels. And shoot, he just alone on holding the tokens, he's already quadrupled his money, almost a 5x. Um, Not to mention, like I said, they're giving out 7,000% right now on APY wise. Now, that is not sustainable. I want you guys to understand that whenever these protocols come out, when they first come out, how did I get the information? It's right here. I'm gonna pull it up for you. So yeah, 7,348 percent on staking APY. Right on their website. You go ahead and interact with the protocol, which is simply just connecting your MetaMask. I don't have any on this here, but just connecting your MetaMask and staking it right then and there. And yeah, you have the dashboard, et cetera, et cetera. Now, uh, yeah, and that's pretty much it. So all of these different platforms, they do have, most of them would have their own staking pools, or they would say go stake it on Uniswap. That way, there's enough money, enough liquidity within the project for trades to happen, for lending to happen, or for the overall protocol to actually work. You need money to be in it, to be in that ecosystem. So right now they have about $1 billion, almost $2 billion in total locked, and this is the fastest growing project so far in terms of like money being locked away. Like, this is ridiculous because this hasn't been out that long um, in terms of the staking being available. I want to say it's probably out for like a month. Like it hasn't. I know for sure it hasn't been 2 months. So yeah, the staking here is ridiculous right now because it's very early. And 92% of the total supply is already staked. So think about that. Only 7.6% is available for the rest of us to get our hands on it. Hence why we're seeing the explosion in its price. Oh yeah, do you guys not see my screen? Let me know. Drop
I
the
see the Discord, bro.
Oh, my bad. I'm sharing the wrong screen the whole time. My bad, y'all. I got two screens. Like, so yeah, I see the chart now, right?
Yeah, I see it.
I bet. My bad on that. Yeah, damn, I should have left the thing over there. So yeah, this is the Olympus DAO website. I already dropped it in the crypto corners. I'm actually just going to make a new channel, and I'm gonna call it staking platforms, um, or just I'm gonna just call it crypto platforms because most of these you can stake on and do other things as well. So crypto platforms, and in that I'm going to drop all the links and everything, um, within there. So first and foremost, let me drop this Olympus DAO in here just in case you guys are interested in that. But this is just a quick overview of just the growth of this project, and how fast they really got a lot of money into it. And they're still offering this APY, so that's going to change pretty quickly just by how much people are really hopping onto this overall. So yeah, that's the app. Um, so first and foremost, like I like just staking my money away on some of these platforms, especially early on, for a couple of reasons. One of which is obviously the high APYs that you would get. The second one is if it's a platform, like for example, I've shown you guys, no, not Paraswap. I've shown you guys Zerion and Zapper before. Those platforms, so I'm trying to send Bitcoin. What is the fastest way to transfer funds? Just transfer it off the network. Um, I mean, like what platform do you have, Xavier? Like where are you trying to send it from? Or are you just trying to figure out in general what's the fastest way? Because I mean, Bitcoin does transfer pretty fast. It's not going to be instant like some blockchains, but probably 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. But either way, you said from your bank to Bitcoin, then send it. Like you're sending it to another wallet or like to your broker or some shit. Uh, easiest way to fund up. Easiest way that I usually do it is just using Cash App. I don't know if your Cash App is still good. I don't know how people's Cash App get locked up because I send hella bread through my Cash App. But then again, my Cash App is a business one, so I don't know if that makes a whole difference. I always encourage y'all to open up a LLC and use that to do all your trading and stuff. You get perks with the corporate accounts. But yeah, if your Cash App is still Gucci, just use that. Um, I mean, or anything else that's quick to connect with your thing. Yeah, I was just about to say Coinbase. But yeah, like how y'all Cash App's getting closed down? Like that's crazy. So yeah, you could use Coinbase if that's available to you. Gemini is a good one, as well as crypto.com. All of those are centralized because you could easily just put your bank card or connect it to your bank, whatever. Always use your debit card because you'll get the funds immediately. When you try to use bank account, it'll take like 7 days, some shit like that. Um, but either way, so there's a lot of these platforms, like just like how you're looking at here, right? It's connected to my wallet, or I can connect multiple wallets here, right? And I'm able to do all these different things from one location. I'm able to obviously look at my history, invest in different things like different indexes and tokens and stuff like that. Like I know the metaverse index been going crazy because Axie Infinity been going crazy. Um, so you see how that worked. They're up 38% in 1 week. I mean, it's down 4% for the month, so that's really Gucci. But um, low key, that's why I'm like, this opens up a whole new way of kind of investing in the crypto space because you can invest in like a whole sector of the crypto space as opposed to just trying to figure out the best coin in that space. Um, you get what I mean? So I'll go ahead and these obviously are just the single coins, but it's the indexes that I'm very interested in, and that I think they're gonna do very well. Um, yeah, like this metaverse one here for the past year. Shoot, yeah, this thing was at 49 cents, already at $2. And yeah, it's just a basket of all of these cryptos in one. That way you're investing in all of them. And obviously you could still buy the individual ones by themselves, right? Like for example, if you wanted to get some Axie Infinity and buy the metaverse ones, you obviously will make some gains. And if Axie Infinity pulls back, the other coins in here, they might not be pulling back or might be gaining, etc. So it'll help with your risk when things are pulling back. So I find that pretty cool. Now you can actually send. This wasn't available before. I don't. Yeah, it's new. You can actually send to different addresses. They got NFTs. They'll display here. So it's a cool way, but it's a cool little platform. And the thing is, this platform doesn't have a token, and it would make sense to have a token in order for to provide utility on the platform. So at the end of the day, like you have to look at it like these platforms that are coming out that are being built, they're new projects. Usually new projects have tokens with them. And if they don't have tokens, there's obviously one that's coming. And the way to distribute them nowadays, I mean, starting with Uniswap, they're doing these airdrops. Like the, I'm still bummed out about this, man, for living in the US. So the DYDX airdrop, yeah, they dropped over $1 billion to users. And yeah, some people walked off with over $1 million and free money. Yeah, it's over that now because once it dropped, the price surged. Um, and I was unable to get it because I live in the US. So it's just like, damn, I'll move out the US knowing there's $1 million out there just waiting. But can't get that, whatever, that's cool. There's other airdrops that are happening. And the thing is, you can interact with these protocols on multiple wallets and claim as much as you want in a sense once they do get airdropped. So if I had transacted with, or somebody else that was outside the US transacted with the DYDX protocol on 10 different wallets, all 10 wallets would get an airdrop. So it's ways to make literally free money in here. You just have to be aware of what's going on, hop on it at the right time, and that's it. Wait for your money to come in. Um, it's a cool feeling just waking up to just random profit in your account. All right. So first one I really want to dive deep into. Talked about but really it's this one called Optimism. So most of these, actually pretty much all of them, the uh, networks and bridges that I'm going to talk to y'all about today, they are like layer 2 solutions for Ethereum. And right now, Ethereum is like the flip phone. Matter of fact, it might be like the beeper. And I'm not kidding. Like, in terms of like the tech, um, there's upgrades that need to be made because obviously with so many stuff happening on Ethereum, and not to mention not a lot of people are in crypto like that and doing transactions, et cetera, and like everyday living like how we do in the regular world. Once we're trying to get to the point where all transactions happen on the blockchain. So with Ethereum being so clogged up right now, just like Ken said, like it rises the gas fees crazy. I myself spent one whole Ethereum in the first 3 months of this year on just gas fees. And yeah, that's over like $3,000 right now in just fees. And at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to be selling my Ethereum like that because I believe in the overall project and I want to hold on to my coins. So these layer 2 solutions, there's several of them. Matter of fact, what's the best way I could pull that up? Do they have one for layer 2? Uh, One second. Let's go to categories. I have layer 2 categories just to show y'all like the full list of coins. If it's not on here, I know where I could pull it. Damn, I thought they would have. Let's pull up Hotbit. And yeah, while I'm on Hotbit too, I'm gonna show y'all a little trick. Not really a trick, but something that I kind of look for. So Hotbit does a great way of like putting all the different categories or whatever. So they have a layer 2 category. All of these coins here are layer 2 solutions for Ethereum. Um, a lot of them I am bullish on. I was very bullish on XDAI stake, still am. Um, they have, they're probably the most technically sound team out of all of them, but they have a shitty way of like marketing themselves. So I have to take that into account as well. That you can have the best product, but if nobody knows about you, it doesn't matter. So that was one of them that was hit or miss for me. And there's a couple more, but they don't have any tokens yet, so they're not listed on here. These are the ones that currently have tokens. Moon River here is one on Polkadot. It is a layer 2 solution, but it's just for Polkadot. It's actually part of the Kusama chain. And there's another token that's going to be coming out for Polkadot itself called Moonbeam. And you guys should definitely look out for that and to look into Moon River as well. There is a staking opportunity for Moon River, but you need minimum 5 Moon River, I believe, to stake. which is like $1,500 to stake, and the rewards are nice on that as well. So yeah, Moon River is one that you guys should take a look at. Phantom is another solution, and I think we're actually going to look at the Phantom network today. I'm going to do some swaps so I could get some Phantom because I want to show y'all this game where, yeah, it's a couple things on here where like you could do different activities or whatever, earn NFTs or earn little drops and stuff like that. There's even this game here on the Phantom network that I'll be talking about that um, yeah, you're interacting with everything, but you're doing it all on the blockchain, and things in there that you find are you know, different things. Like I'm gonna give you guys the full rundown because I was doing some research on that. But yeah, there's different layer two solutions, and just like Ken said, on these layer two solutions, the fees are virtually zero. I did show you guys one before with the honeycomb. This actually is on the XDAI network. So I've been playing around with a couple different networks, you know, as you can see. So all of these networks we'll take a look at, but I'm gonna select the XDAI network and jump into it. Again, these protocols are cool as hell because I mean, I just have my money securely on my MetaMask, which yes, it's on my browser, so it's always online. So you know, they call it a warm wallet, but you know, the security of me having my own private keys and my own recovery phrases and not actually holding it on an exchange. And not to mention that you can actually connect your hardware wallet somewhere through here. My bad. Yeah, you can connect your hardware wallet. So if you have your ledger, you just connect it through here and interact with everything. However, and it, you know, your funds stay on your ledger. So I want y'all to start getting hip to these little platforms, especially early on, because they're dropping big money just for y'all testing it out. And also, it's a pretty cool way for you to do all these things: farm, pool, swap, lend, and get airdrops from them. Like I've been claiming this XCOM little airdrop thing over and over, and look at the fees on that. XDAI here is a stable coin, so it's basically $1 and it's virtually nothing. So I'm able to do all these things. Like if I was doing this on Ethereum, and actually I do want to check the fees just to um, yeah, Etherscan. Gosh, track up my back. Yeah, just so I ain't blowing. Yeah, it's still $65 for a swap, but I'll still do it considering that I'm going to swap some money over to the Optimism chain, which has lower fees, and then you know I'll go ahead and do what I got to do. Um, yeah, so you know, always have this website as well. I'm gonna drop that in the Telegram. I mean the Discord. So you can check like the swapping fees if you're ever using any swaps and stuff like that. All right. So with Optimism, what you have to do, obviously, let's get to the Optimism chain. Okay. I don't have any ETH there, and the whole process here is to be able to bridge some. So let's go to the deposit side. Oh yeah. Okay. So when I'm depositing, right, like I'm trying to take Ethereum from the main Ethereum chain and move it to the optimistic Ethereum chain, which is that layer two solution. I have to be on the Ethereum chain on my MetaMask. if I'm doing it on the opposite, that's when I would go to the OEM. Okay, so with this, let's go ahead and transfer. Let's do 0.05 and see how. Let's do a bit more just to avoid these fees, or do 0.1. So we'll deposit 0.1 through the Optimism chain, roughly 38 bucks. They tell you exactly how much the fees are going to be, a little bit. So, it's required for withdrawals. Okay. Yeah, so that's one thing too. When you do deposit over, I think they said it takes a little bit to withdraw the money back to the main Ethereum chain. So if this is some Ethereum that you're looking to use for other stuff, I wouldn't do that. But this is part of, for doing all of this that I'm about to show you guys, it will qualify me for a airdrop once Optimism comes out with their token. So being able, interacting with their protocol early on is what is qualifying me for that airdrop. So I'm going to hit deposit here. It's going to pop up, tell me what the fees are, like we saw on Etherscan, 67 bucks for a total of 404. So we'll hit confirm. And once we get the little confetti pops up, then we know that everything was confirmed and situated on this side. So we'll wait a little bit for that to go through. I guess things are still a little slow on the network because I was doing some transactions earlier and that was crazy. No, let's go TX Street. Yeah, y'all know this is my favorite visualizer. Just to see the network and all the stuff that we're talking about. Yeah, so this is the Bitcoin blockchain. I mean, things will go not relatively slow. Like Bitcoin has bigger blocks than Ethereum, as you can see, so more transactions can fit. But Ethereum runs a little bit faster. But because of all the stuff that's on Ethereum, this is the line here, right? Like the computer don't even continue, or it doesn't even show you the end of the line. And that's because you have all these protocols on this side. Let me actually close this as well. If we look at the Bitcoin side, we just have the main Ethereum chain and Lightning. This is like Bitcoin's fast payment type of gateway in a sense, right, for micropayments. Here, you have every protocol, I mean, that we use, OpenSeas, Uniswap, Shiba has their blockchain on there, all these protocols, every single protocol that we pretty much use on the daily, those transactions are being utilized on here. And of course, the Ledger network as well. Okay, so we're getting some confirmations. So anytime now we should be able to do that. We can click here to see the thing. So it actually did go through. Oh, there was an error that happened. So it might have reverted. Let's see. Either way, there are risks to utilizing these protocols early as well. So that all of this is, I would say, do your own research overall. Don't just throw money into these things. Fortunately, knock on wood, I've never had any issues myself, but this isn't financial advice. It's just literally showing you guys these platforms. So when you do have to end up using them in the future, you'll know what to do. You'll be educated on it. So we'll wait for a couple more confirmations. Um, so, okay. Another Ethereum like layer two solution is Arbitrum. Arbitrum is actually the number one that has money locked up into it. Um, you do the same thing in terms of uh, connecting your wallet, doing the bridging some money over, and doing the swap. So let's do that. Yeah. So you always want to, heed the warnings overall. This is still in beta. So great. Got the little confetti. The deposit is complete. And yeah, again, view the Ether scan, make sure everything's Gucci. All right. And Uniswap is deployed on Optimistic. So we can go here. So what I'm gonna do is we're no longer going to be on the main Ethereum network anymore because that's clogged up. We're going to change to Optimistic, and we see that the whole Uniswap protocol switched according to the network that my wallet was showing up. So I don't think they have a connection, or oh yeah, they have Arbitrum as well. So I'm actually going to let's make that move over on Arbitrum. So let me go ahead and move to the Ethereum one, just so I could have that one just confirming while I interact with the other one. So for Arbitrum, let's do 2.02. I just want to make sure I have enough for the fees and stuff. We'll do 0.03, and yeah, same concept. It'll take a week to get back. Okay, 26 bucks. Should have fucking waited like 10 minutes or whatever. So 26 bucks on the fees. Not bad, but still bad because that's a lot for fees. Imagine if you were every transaction you made in the real world, there was a random fee that you knew there was a fee, but you just didn't know what the fee was gonna be like. So getting coffee, oh, that was fast. So that's already on the Arbitrum network. Yeah, that was really fast. So now we have both here, and we go to Uniswap, and now we have all three networks that we can go ahead and interact with, right? So obviously, we're here because of the fees, right? We're here for low fees, and we're not trying to get taken out. So let me see this list. Oh, I guess the list, they're not all available yet. So at sometime in the near future, I guess all of the lists for the tokens will be available. Right now, there are only 14 tokens. So you have BTC, Chainlink, DAI, Ray, Ferrari. So pretty limited, I would say. Mods. But let's just pick up some synthetic E. Let's get some Uniswap. Why not? Let's do I'm not sure what point I want would have got me, but let's do $30. Let's confirm that swap and let's see how much the fees are on this side. Yeah, so these are what the max fees are, and just to go ahead and convert it for everyone. It's $1.91. That's what I would be paying to make that swap. As opposed to, I mean, shoot, the $28 was good, right? And that was the low end of it. So these layer twos are going to be, and look, confirmation already there. I probably would have to add the token. I'll find the contract for it later to add the token so I could see it there. But I could always check the optimism. You see here we have the transactions we did, the 0.1 coming in, and with the fees here. Theirs is set up a little bit differently because I wanted usually on the Ethereum side you would see the regular tokens that you have, like the other tokens that you have that are sitting in that wallet. But either way, we see that it went through. Oh, it probably just didn't come in yet because I should have saw the Uniswap, the Uni tokens coming in. So my 0.01 was sent to the Uniswap protocol, which then Uniswap is going to take that money and convert it. So we see that it was successful and the transaction happened in 1 second. So I guess I just missed that. So we could click here to view it on the Explorer. And yeah, you can see all the you could see all the routes that it took to get the swap going, and you see the transaction fee $1.92. So everything's available here. You know, this is the blockchain, right? So you get to see all of the information, see everything that happened. You just don't know who, right? That's the whole point of the hashing here that you see. So it works. So I'm good with that. Now they may need volume, right? All the blog said for on the Optimism website or whatever on Medium, all it said was to try out the gateway, and that Uniswap has partnered with them, and to take a look at that. And it was just so nonchalant that I was just like, all right, you want people to do some trades on it, because I mean, what's the point of just bridging over the Ethereum if you're not going to do some swaps? Yeah, so just like everything else, you can do some pooling, everything, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the super cool thing is this too. So Zapper, I believe, you can change networks on these different platforms. So the money that I bridged over to Arbitrum, like when I click there, it's gonna switch the network for me. I now get to, see that money here. But if I go ahead, yeah, you can see the money that I have on Optimism. I can click on I guess this network doesn't have Optimism yet, but because they're both layer 2 solutions, it was able to pick it up. Let's see if Zerion has Optimism. Shoot, I don't think Zerion has the different networks. No, they should. Yeah, no, I don't think they have the different networks, but Zapper, I know for sure have the different networks. And many of these platforms, you'll be able to change to the different networks. Like for example, I do need to send some Phantom over or Bridget, yeah. So there's a Phantom bridge as well, and we'll take a look at that. Right, so let me bookmark this in my crypto tools. And I'm going to drop this in the chat. So I can close it. Now I'm gonna keep Uniswap open. I can close this as well. I'll be having so many tabs open. So this is great to have as well, just to keep up on the gas fees on different things, especially on the Ethereum platform. And I wonder on these if they show you the fees as well. I mean, think. All right, I'll find whatever website that would help me keep track of gas fees on this one. I mean, although it's very minimal, $2-3, I still like to keep track of things. So this is the overall article on the bridge for Arbitrum. I'm going to drop that in the chat as well. They're competitors in a sense, but they pretty much do the same thing. So, interact with both because both of them don't have tokens yet. This is the Arbitrum portal. I like it. It's like real clean, where you can interact with all of the apps that are live. They have some that are coming soon. It's a whole suite of the regular apps that are available on Ethereum. They're obviously on this layer 2 solution of Ethereum, and you can interact with them without paying such Ethereum high fees. And it's still the same thing. Like the tokens that I have, the Uniswap that I just purchased, it's still going to gain the value that the Uniswap on the regular Ethereum is going to gain. So at the end of it, it's crazy. Yeah, you're welcome, Eugenie. I know you got hella screenshots from last year, pretty much. So yeah, all of this is coming. We already saw that Uniswap was there. You could use these other. So I've been hearing a lot of good things about this GMX. So I am going to have to take a deep dive on this GMX platform because perpetual. So these perpetual exchanges, that's what DYDX was, and it had that airdrop. So oh, and it's on Arbitrum. Let me interact with it now. Why not? That's the wrong network anyway. switch to Arbitrum. All right, yeah, so these perpetual platforms, all you need to do is do different trades. Now, for you Forex people, these are the platforms that y'all should probably really start to learn because I don't know if this one has started yet. No, they haven't. But for example, DYDX, they're making synthetics of um, currencies. So you can trade your foreign currencies 24/7 because the crypto markets don't close. And if you just do a synthetic or a copy of the the real world asset to be traded, um, that's what it's moving towards. They're also bringing stocks on there as well to be traded and stuff like that. So on one platform, you'll be able to trade everything essentially 24/7. And it opens it up to people outside of the US that may not be able to buy a US stock and stuff like that. So it's really going to blow up. I mean, as you can see with DYDX, and it's still early. So I've been hearing a lot with GMX. I'm going to do a little deep dive on it here soon. So as you can see, whole bunch of apps. They've been working. So that's going to be cool. The best one obviously is the Zapper one in my opinion. Oh, they do have Zerion. So maybe I just wasn't connected to it right. Like I know there's somewhere where you can show me to switch the networks, but either way, well, I'll figure that out. Let me go ahead and close that. All right, so we're successful bridging over to the Arbitrum. And put that in my crypto tools, and I've already sent that to y'all. So that's all I need this bridge for is just to move that Ethereum one time from the main Ethereum, to network to the Arbitrum network or to the Optimism network, like you saw earlier. So like I said, those two are the leading ones. And there's another one too that's going to do an airdrop, but it's a little tricky with, I mean, it's not tricky. They just want you to do a couple different things. So with the Arbitrum, I'm done with that bridge. I'm also going to put the portal link in here so you guys can check out the different tokens because here you're going to get an insight on the projects that are probably going to do well in the future because they're making their way onto the second layer of Ethereum, right? So most of the BS coins are probably not going to make it to layer two. They may get ported over, as you can see in the Uniswap one. Not all the coins that are actually available on Uniswap version one is available on even on version 2 on regular Ethereum. Not all of them from version 1 made it there. So now think about a whole upgrade for Ethereum. There's a lot of coins that's probably not gonna make it there because they were for scams from jump. So this is going to help you. Not all of them are projects. I mean, this is a tool, this is a dApp. So look for the different dApps and interact with them, see what they're about, and just do research on them. Get involved in the community type shit, right? It's gonna bring you down the rabbit hole, but you'll start to see the market in a similar way that I do, and start to understand like, okay, this is a real easy way and good way for you to take control of your finances and really put your money to work for you. And that's really the main thing is like putting your money at work. Um, so yeah, and they do have these up here, quick tabs to help you narrow it down. So these are different bridges and swapping protocols. I did see this Hopper token too today, so that's another one I'm gonna put on my list to take a look at. Um, yeah, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I'll drop that link in there as well. TX Street, yeah, I'll drop that for y'all. Again, this is a cool visualization of seeing how clogged up the networks are, between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And also you can see like, what the average fees or whatever actually are. Yeah, it gets crazy. Excuse me, I had a long day. I've been up since like 2 in the morning. So here, this Phantom platform. Um, so Phantom is having this airdrop with this Boba network, right? Boba network is a layer two solution for Phantom, just like how Optimism and um, the other one was. So what the stipulation that they put was that you have to have this Boba was created by the Omise Go team. This token is called OMG. Yeah. And well, they rebranded to the OMG network now. But it was originally called Omise Go because yeah, they still got their API ID as Omise Go. Um, yeah, I remember this token from early days. It's been a nice ride. So Omise Go, like they created that boba network, and they're like basically uh, those that have some omisego by the 12th of and I have the Reddit article somewhere, and I'm gonna drop that link as well. Oh, it's here. Yeah, the Reddit article I was reading about it. So fuck, it was doing this to me earlier. I don't know. I think it wants me to download this damn thing. Okay. So by the 12th, there's going to be a snapshot of the whole blockchain that's taken. All of the um, holders of Omisego will receive the Boba token 1-to-1. That's what, yeah. And there's some concerns as to why people was like, what the hell? So uh, 11/12, they're going to take that snapshot. Or a week later, they're going to distribute that BOA token. They're going to give out 5% more to those that actually bridge their Omisego through this bridge here to the Boba network, right? So Boba is basically like its own blockchain in a sense, its own network. So if you port over, just like how Optimism and stuff was Arbitrum, if you port over, you'll receive 5% more of that airdrop than those that are holding on exchanges or their wallet. And you can claim the airdrop for up to 1 year after the 11th. So the 12th, I'm in. So November 12th, you could claim up to, 2022, November 12th. Um, So they said the initial supply is roughly the same, but it's going to increase to 5 million over 4 years, which I don't like that part because, I mean, you're increasing the supply. That's not typically good. Plus, it's getting airdrop, so people are going to probably sell it as soon as they get it type stuff. So distribution is more or less the same, but encourages long-term development. The team is still holding 20 to 25% at the end of the 4 years, time locked for at least a year. That's still concerning to me. So after it increases to 500 million, the team will still have 20 to 25% of the tokens, although they will be locked up for at least a year. Um, it still doesn't matter. I mean, a year goes by fast. Um, and boba holders can earn through staking so they don't get diluted. And that pretty much is incentivizing you against the inflation. Because I mean, they're increasing the number of tokens, so they're inflating the amount of tokens. So unless you're staking, you're you're going to be overall losing money because they're increasing the supply. But you did get the tokens for free just by holding their the Omisego token. And that's what's concerning. A lot of people are just going to buy the Omisego token, hold it for the snapshot, and then dump it, right? And then get the get the boba token and probably dump that too. So there's going to be a lot of price volatility, a lot of stuff like that. Um, I do want to do some more extensive research on the boba network and stuff like that to see if this is a viable token to hold long term, because that could smell an opportunity to not only grab this airdrop, but to also to pick up some early when people dump it for cheaper than what I got it for. And it's not like I had put money into it aside for what I paid for the Omisego. But if people are gonna dump the Omisego, then I'll just dump my Omisego too, and there's no risk to me at all. Um, so with that, that's what's going on with that airdrop. Is that, and I'll drop this Reddit article in the chat as well. Because I'm pretty sure that thread's going to continue on because people were asking a lot on this. So yeah, like, do y'all understand this concept and what they're looking to do with this airdrop and yeah, snapshots? Shit about to get spooky, man. All right, so I do need, so this is what, yeah, what they're doing. You need to just gateway that Omisego over. I'm not going to do that right now, mainly because my Omisego is on my ledger and I don't feel like going to get that. But I'm still going to drop that link in there. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to even uh, port it over, right? You don't have to use the bridge. You can still get the airdrop of the boba airdrop by just holding the Omisego or OMG network token. Um, so yeah, just by holding the token, you'll be able to get the airdrop. All right. So another one that strongly believe is going to do an airdrop, although I don't see quite like them, like Paraswap versus DYDX around the same time. I was saying like, hey, to utilize both because of the airdrop. Well, we know what DYDX did, but in terms of like development within the same time frame, I haven't seen much from Paraswap. Um, Now, they have been implementing different networks and stuff like that, which does take time creating those bridges and obviously having that protocol, um, be sustainable. But I would have liked to see a little bit more. They still don't have a token. So that is something that it makes you wonder a little bit. Like, I wonder when they do, how they're gonna get it out there. So Paraswap, just drop that link in there as well. That's a platform. Again, this one's really simple. It's just for simple swaps. Although I think the fees are relatively low, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I say relative because it's still on the main Ethereum network, so you're gonna get hit with some fees regardless. But at least they're a little bit low. I'm trying to see what I would like to pick up. None of these are appealing right now. or pick up some engine. Like engine is leading this whole gaming sector. I like it. Let's get some mana. And I'm probably not even gonna do the swap. I just want to see what overall fee would be. So you can do a swap. Yeah, it's estimated cost at $24. So that's regular Ethereum fees. But this thing also can do a swap and transfer, which is cool. So I can swap it from my account and send it to my ledger or something, right? And they'll just swap and then send over, which is really cool because I do like to use my MetaMask accounts to do quick stuff here, but then big money that I want to store, I put it on my ledger, so I'll be able to, I could go ahead and take my profits, especially because I can connect my ledger to my MetaMask. So that means it gives me leverage to go ahead and connect my ledger to these protocols via MetaMask. And then I'll be able to go ahead and swap and leave it in my MetaMask or swap and send it into my other, not my MetaMask, I'm in my ledger. Because when I connect to my ledger to my MetaMask, it's going to be my regular address that pops up. So I don't need to send it somewhere. But there are times that I do split up my money and put it in different accounts. So that's a good little feature to have where I could set an address here and swap something and have it automatically go there and just pay that one fee, as opposed to having to swap, pay a fee, and then having to pay a fee to send it. Okay, so Paraswap, dropped it in there. Interact with the protocol, do a swap back and forth. I mean, um, I I caught wind today that you may need to do $1,000 in trading volume. Now that doesn't mean you need to have $1,000. It just simply means like, for example, let's just say this was $100 just for sake. I would just need to swap this back and forth 10 times and create, $1,000 worth of volume. That 10 times is gonna be $300 worth of fees. I'm not really trying to do all that. I I cherish my Ethereum, which is why we go to level 2 solutions. So Paraswap, I like it because it's a platform. It doesn't have a token. It's still on layer 1, which sucks, but there's a potential for an airdrop there. So it's not for everyone, and again, it's just a potential where me paying these fees is a guarantee. So gotta gotta look at my risk. I'm gonna get to this Phantom one in a bit because I think I misplaced the bridge page. But I'll get it back up there. Oh yeah, it was just on the wrong screen. Okay, so Phantom. Same concept with the other Optimism, Arbitrum. This is a bridge, right? We're a bridge from Ethereum to the Phantom network. So you'll see the this link. Am I tripping? What's going on? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't seeing the Phantom network. So on here, I want to do, so the little circles down here are the oh, that's what it is. So the little circles down here are the networks, and obviously the big circle is the token on that network. So here, this is Ethereum on the Ethereum network, and this is Ethereum on the Binance chain network. It seems like swapping between here, using this swapper or bridge, swapping between the Ethereum network only works with Binance chains who will be in Fusion. But I wanna go to the yeah, I want to go to the Phantom network, but seems like it's so I can do die on Phantom. Okay, so if I do this, yeah, this is my first time interacting with this protocol. Because I just, yeah, I want to interact with this Phantom platform because I want to show y'all this thing. Okay, here's one thing I'm gonna have one of y'all do for me because something happened. All right, and y'all could do this too, but I need one of y'all to do this for me. We can get some Phantom. There's a faucet that gives you about 0.3 Phantom, which is plenty to do what you need to do, and it's on Discord. For some reason, my phone number on Discord is like locked up on another account, and I cannot speak or type in any other chat aside ours because it's my chat. And so let me see if I can. So I'm gonna send one of y'all Discord. But let's see the documentation. Visit that. I know it's not gonna work, but it's pissed me off. Oh, this is all I have to do. So it pulled up this capture thing. The hell? Oh, I hate these things, y'all. This is why Bright ID is needed, where I could easily verify myself. Okay. Huh, maybe I'll be able to talk in here. So I'll be able to show y'all what's up. All right, so I'll verify myself, guys. This one. Okay, great. So, all right, let me go back to I need to get back into my Bright ID. Where is the comment? So I joined the Discord. Let me actually put this doc in the website as well. I mean, in the Discord. Um, that's bad. Yeah. So what I'll have to do is this. Not that, not that. So I verified already, and I'm gonna send exclamation faucet in the faucet channel. Let's copy that. But I didn't see any faucet channel. Yeah, just a box. Interesting. Yeah, can one of y'all hop on that Discord and let me know if y'all have all of the different rooms? Because it might be my whole number thing. Yeah, because apparently there's supposed to be a faucet channel. But actually, this person just looked like they sent it to the Phantom tip bot, which I do see. So that's Phantom. What else have a tip bot? There's not. Yeah. Yeah, one of y'all let me know. But either way, I'm gonna send some Phantom to my wallet, so I don't gotta bridge over because it did say I would be able to bridge from Ethereum to sorry to Phantom, but apparently not. Yeah, that's my Ethereum wallet, but I can only do these. Uh, it's not there. It's called. Okay. Oh, let me put these over to chat. Give me all the links today, and of course showing y'all. Got the copy. That didn't work. It's a good bot. Phantom. Might just be there. Yeah, I think they took away the tip bot then. That might just be that. So yeah. No, yeah, this was from like a month ago. That sucks. So yeah, the tip bot seems like it might be gone. So I'll just send some Phantom over. Didn't want to do that now though. So let's swap for some Phantom. But either way, I still need to bridge it to the Phantom network. That's always the tricky part. Because yeah, even me, I did something real stupid the other day, and sent my polka dot on the wrong network, and now it's lost forever. But uh, it's making sure that you're sending these tokens to the right network, and making sure that you're doing what you intend to do. If not, it's going to just be lost forever. I am kind of bummed out about this though, because I think this is the they kindly have X dot. Right, so none of that in the swamp. Yeah, so all of this is on the Phantom network. So I'll figure out that overall swap. Again, Honey is another one. Put that in the chat. Honey is on the XDAI network. So XDAI is another layer 2 solution for Ethereum. They have several different apps, Honey being one of them. Now, I have found it. I found my Tron wallet. I didn't even remember having this. It was like probably scraps back in the day that was just in my wallet, and because things blew up and it had a little bit of value. So I'm not a really big fan of the Tron network at all. Like their CEO is a fucking character. So I just tested out their overall thing. I think, oh, sorry guys. I think on the last call I did go over how to interact with this and making sure to stake and claim your stake if need be. So I won't go in depth on that. I want to actually cover some of these other things. But just swap it. It's just the swapping version, like the Zapper and all the stuff I've been showing you um, for Tron network. Okay. So Alchemist, yeah, y'all need to get on Alchemist. Not financial advice, but some financial education that is leading into advice. Like do some research on Alchemist because it is solving a huge problem. A lot of these swaps and stuff like that are going to be implementing what Alchemist has implemented, and they have their Mist X exchange. And the reason this is crucial is because it protects you. And then network upgrade. Okay, cool. Yeah, and you could even use your hardware wallet through MetaMask. So yeah, you're able to make these different swaps. So let me just show you one example. Let's select some Alchemist. So we'll do this overall swap. But apparently, I don't have enough ETH. Oh, okay. Wait, how can I have less? Unless there's just insufficient. Well, no, I would think there will be more. So I'm not sure why it's limiting me to this much. But the main thing is this MIS-X protection thing. So there's a lot of front running attacks, and what that means is basically miners or different people are setting up bots to cause slippage and just cause you to pay more for fees, and fees when you're swapped than you really have to. And they walk away with millions every day, just doing that, setting up a program to cause you to end up paying more in fees than you really have to, or cause the price to kind of fluctuate and you're down like 300 bucks before it even hits your wallet. Um, so they Alchemist is the first to offer this protection against that, and they have a protocol that basically runs it through the checks and balances like your swap, to make sure that it's the price that you're seeing is not being manipulated to make you go ahead and pay more, and then they keep the difference, and that's how they walk away with money. So this protection thing is going to be needed on a whole bunch of these exchanges, and Alchemist is the reason behind it. Um, yeah, so take a really good look at this, and plus, let's actually do this now. We're going to, we're actually going to do a couple things. We're going to buy more Mist on this account. I want to track this across all of them. So let's do 102, about 60 bucks a Mist. See what it's gonna cost me. 51 bucks. I'm gonna wait a little bit on this because it's changing. Yeah, it's about to get into that 2 o'clock range, so it should be dropping pretty soon. Yeah, it should be $35. What's up? Yeah, like prices tend to drop, when network is less clogged. Let's look at TXP real quick. Nope. It's not as clogged, but still kind of clogged. Median gas price still at 82 bucks. That's crazy, man. As you guys can tell, I don't like spending my damn Ethereum on fees. So I'm gonna wait a little bit on swapping for the Alchemist, but the whole concept, actually, let's go back to Uniswap. What I actually want to do is pull some, actually, got to make sure that it's V2, right? Make sure that it's version 2, especially for this Alchemist. What I want to do is add liquidity to the Alchemist token on Uniswap. And let's do this. Let me cut this off. Oh, Gene said it worked. Gene, what worked? If you can unmute or text, let me know what you're referring to. So we're gonna search for some Alchemist.
My bad. The Phantom Tips bot.
Yeah.
Why? But it send me a link and you just send me the confirmation and everything.
Clutch. So you got some? It sent it to your wallet.
Yeah.
Um,
You can only do it like once a month. Yeah.
but I mean they give you plenty, so that's fine. What did you hit up? Let me pull my Telegram back over.
In the
Let me
So pretty much
just,
the whole, I put faucet exclamation point. I had to send the bot a direct message with my wallet address.
which bot was it? The one that say Phantom?
Yeah, the one that says Phantom Tip Bot, pretty much. Because once you go to once you click on the resources tab, the one that says faucet, it should be the user that says Phantom Tip Bot.
Hold on real quick. Hold on. Because I'm gonna show you my screen. This is all I see on Spooky Swap Telegram.
Hold on, it's bigger. Oh, you gotta click on the little green arrow to get permission to come in.
Oh shit. This? Over here? Oh, what the fuck? That's on me for not reading the whole damn thing. Cause I'm like, I don't see none of this motherfucker. I bet. Good looks, man. So you said the faucet thing here, and yeah, this how it should be. Yeah,
Go copy and paste faucet, and then you go to send the same message to the Phantom Tip Bot right there.
yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I bet. Appreciate it, man. That's why I need everybody hip to the game. And I'm fucking tired as hell, so appreciate it. So I just sent faucet in there. What I gotta give him my Phantom address, right? Well, it'll just send it to the Phantom network. Same address. Yeah, so and that's the thing too, everyone. The address is still the same. Regardless of what network you're on. You just have to switch to the proper network for you to actually see the funds or whatever that are on that network. You can only send, they got the waiting period on. Okay, so I'll wait on that. So I'm gonna try to do this Optimish swap again because I'm not gonna stake until I have all that I want in this account. And then I'll stake it all. All right, let's see what they talk about. Yeah, still 52 bucks. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till like 3 in the morning. Usually like 3, 5 in the morning, like it be cheaper. All right, cool. It says that it's withdrawing. And yep, should be Gucci. Let me actually see if it went there. And yeah, these faucets do be coming in clutch. Like I said, like shoot, I'm a perfect example of fucking faucets. All of my Dogecoin was from faucets. And let's just say I bought my mother a Benz off of that. And this was from years ago. So don't sleep on these faucets. Yeah. So Phantom Network. Yeah, and there it is. 0.0967 Phantom. And shoot, that's pretty much all we need to kind of interact with the game and everything. So good looks on that for tipping me on that damn thing. I didn't read the thing, but everyone should go ahead and get this faucet going. You know, obviously get your MetaMask set up with the Phantom network. And even if you don't set it up first, you can still send it there. You just have to set up the Phantom network to see it and use it. And I'll show you guys why we need that. I'll wait on this Uniswap. Gas fees are still pretty outrageous. Okay, so we're in Phantom. We got 0.1, which is 14 cents. Like I said, this is plenty because the Phantom network is virtually nothing. It doesn't use anything gas wise. I'll close TX Street. So just to explain the Alchemist thing while I'm here, what you have to do basically, Alchemist one, the token is gonna go crazy. I can tell you that. Two, it offers a pretty unique lending platform, and I mean, just returns on it is crazy. So first thing you have to do is pool your money in Uniswap, right? Put your Alchemist away in Uniswap, which is overall is helping the network anyway, because money is being put away and put back into the project and not just being traded and spent willy-nilly, you know? So you first you put that away in a pool, and I'll show you guys that when I get the rest of the Alchemist that I want to get. You put it away in the pool, and you'll receive Alchemist wrapped ETH LP tokens, right? You then take those LP tokens and you stake it here, where you'll get the APY or the multiplier of 10x over 2 months, over 60 days, 10x. So you not only are you earning from the Uniswap fees in that pool, but you're also earning on this side with the token the LP token that you were given. Like I explained on the last call I had, these LP tokens is the game changer because you're putting your money away, to earn interest or whatever, and the LP token or whatever is basically another crypto that you're getting in conjunction to the one that you put away, and now you can use that LP token to go farm and go earn some more interest. So this is going to be pretty cool. Eugenie, this will be live. What's today? So this will be live tomorrow on our website. All of the videos will be there, so you'll have access to that. But have a good work hour, whatever. Have a good evening at work. But yeah, these LP tokens, they're liquidity provider. The LP stands for that. That means you're providing liquidity to the overall protocol, which is spelled out Alchemist wrapped ETH, and you're being rewarded for that, or you're getting a token to represent that. So that's why I'm looking to staking a little bit more, so you can add that to this crucible here and earn these rewards. All right, so we got the Phantom, we got the Miss X. So I'll figure out Miss X in a little bit because I'm not sure why. Turn this off. But shoot, if y'all have any questions or any thoughts or whatever, y'all can always unmute yourself. I'm just going through the motions at this point. All right, so it's telling me that. I'm just trying to figure out why I couldn't use my max supply. This is kind of running slow though. I'm not sure why. Yes, this is all being recorded, Ken. Yeah, I record all of my calls, and they're all going to be neatly displayed on the website just to so you guys can be able to go through it, etc. So yeah, the ETH base price, and again, it's a range based off of. I always look at the damn fees first because I'm over here just giving y'all my Ethereum. um, yeah, so the reason you're seeing two prices is because by the time the transaction get to the miners or whatever, the fees might have fluctuated within that time. So it's just giving you an estimate, but what actually gets used will get used. Whatever else doesn't will damn, the prices went up. Will obviously just go back to your account. So yeah, as you can see, you have that miss, a little bit of that you know. Oh, and that's another thing. You guys saw that missed protection. I'm gonna do it again. It kind of went away. So that miss protection, every transaction that happens on Miss X, right? Every transaction that happen on there, a little bit of it goes to towards the protection be against these flash bots. Now, that amount that is collected gets redistributed back to misholders, I think equally. So you can earn not only from staking on Uniswap and earning from the LP tokens you get from the Uniswap, but just by holding it, every time transactions happen on this Miss X platform, you're getting a piece of the pie that was paid out. So it incentivizes you to hold this and participate with the protocol. Although I don't know why it's acting wonky right now. It might be my browser, but it wasn't giving me issues before. So I'll drop this link in here for the Miss X in our Discord, so you guys can have that as well. All right. So another platform that's on testnet. It's on the testing phase, beta phase. This one here is actually on the Polkadot and Kusama networks. So this is basically another lending type of platform, just like the Zerions, just like the Zappers, basically all the ones that I showed you today. This one is just on another network. It's on the Polkadot network. There is a whole guide to get the test tokens. I'm actually going to drop that link in the chat. Do this process, do this procedure, go through the motions of doing this, because you're going to receive, like, all this is just test tokens. You're going to receive all these test tokens to go ahead and use the protocol with, right? Not only will you be able to learn the protocol and test it out, basically on their dime, but hint, hint, there may be an airdrop because of that. There may be some type of incentive because of that. So I dropped that link in there. Again, all these projects are in testnet, but they're very, very promising, especially Akala. They may be the first one to actually get a Polkadot parachain. If you guys don't know what Polkadot parachains and all that is, I'm gonna do a little call fully on that for Polkadot ecosystem. But this damn, dot at 32, so things might be moving. Yeah, so get hip to this, because again, airdrop, free money. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, read through this, kind of understand what they're talking about. Make sure you create your Polkadot account. Wallet. Again, it's just like a wallet, just like the MetaMask. Actually, all these are fucking wallets. So you have MetaMask, you have Phantom, that's another wallet. And then you have the Polkadot wallets, which includes Polkadot and Kusama within it, and you're able to connect your ledger as well. So I have my ledger connected as within that. Here, this is actually Tron's wallet. Yeah, and it's like Shopify and stuff like that. But so all these are wallets that are in your browser. You connect to the protocols, you do the different swaps, the different whatever. And if you're early enough, if they're generous enough, you'll get some free money out of this. Yeah, like the first airdrop was Uniswap. At the time of the drop, it was around $3,000. Right now, it's worth about 13,000 last I checked. So, you know, and that was the smallest of the bunch because, like I just told you, some people walked off with over $1 million on the DYDX airdrop, just like that, you know. So, use that now. It's just the conversion. Karura is the same type of platform, swap and lending type of platform. It is again on the Polkadot network. It's just another version of it. Another project that's bidding for a parachain. Yeah, I think they're out of their test bed or whatever. But like just do some research on this overall, because not all these projects will be able to get on Polkadot. These parachains or these side chains, right? They are being auctioned off, and so it goes to the highest bidder. And there's an opportunity with that too to earn some airdrops from the winning project. So just like how I told you, it's based off of the highest bidder. Well, the community can get behind the project and put their Polkadot with the project's Polkadot to make it more and help that project get that paradigm, that peri I don't know, I'm losing my word now. That parachain slot. And these projects are actually rewarding those that help contribute to their thing. They're rewarding them with their token once they get the parachain, and you also get your existing Polkadot back. Now, if the project that you support and back with your Polkadot doesn't get the parachain auction, you still get just your Polkadot back. I mean, you get your Polkadot back like nothing happened. But if they do win, you get your Polkadot and their new token. Okay. So Karura, take a look at them. I am going to give y'all a full breakdown of how to put money behind a project on Polkadot. I guess that'll be like a little part two or something. Or I'll just do it within the whole Polkadot breakdown because it's a lot. Okay. For y'all that are still here, there's this game called Rarity. It's on the Phantom Network, which is why we needed the Phantom. It's a new composable NFT-based project on Phantom, and it's created by Andre Cronje. Whenever you see this guy's name behind a project, give it a serious look. All right, let's just say that he actually created Phantom. That was his first project. Rarity is a game economy similar to Loot. Loot is another project that's on Ethereum. I actually have some Loot and it's been going crazy. But it's with greater accessibility because of Phantom's lower fees. You first create a summoner. Okay, yeah. You first create a summoner, which can be created by anyone for free except for gas, and there's no limits to creating summoners. there's an unlimited number of summoners that can be created. So there's types of summoners, barbarian, bard, all the way through. And there's almost 500,000 summoners or these characters or whatever in this game. So you can send the summoners on an adventure every day where they can earn 250 XP points, or experience points, for doing so. And obviously that XP helps them level up. And as they level up, they can earn what's called feats and spell slots, which are like skills, right? So once the summoners know the skills that are required for the item and they have enough XP and gold to spend, they're able to make items and make enchantments that can be sold on the secondary market. So essentially within the game, by putting these different, skills and the right skills and gold and pretty much together, you'll be able to mint a brand new NFT in a sense, from that game and be able to sell it on a secondary market. So that's going to be tough because now you have people that'll just be playing these games for hours, creating these different things and trading these new exciting stuff that comes out of mixing whatever skills, whatever potions, whatever, right, within the game. So summoners have attributes, 6 type of attributes: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Um, the usefulness of each attribute differs for the different classes. So obviously, if you're a fighter, your strength is needed more than your charisma. So that's something to think about. So yeah, let's just hop into the game. I mean, with any game, you just gotta do whatever. So this was the yeah. Before we hop into the game, because this was the article about bridging it was Ethereum or Binance chain. Obviously, they got well. No, that's what got me because they had the Ethereum to Phantom. So I'm like, but maybe it's just certain tokens they can bridge over. So I'll figure that out. I'll still drop this article in there. All right. So Rarity, let me actually get on the proper network. Let's get on the Phantom network. All right, it is. Okay, and the game starts once you connect to the right network. All right, the world of Rarity welcomes you. You travel here was long and not without its challenges. Yet here you stand ready for a fresh start. On the other side of the passage before you, you'll find a small yet bustling town of Allendale. Whispers along your journey spoke of a haunted cellar, the locally renowned Golder Crafters, and the only tavern for many moons. Lucky Taverns, famed to be the best ale. That's a perfect place. So yeah, we got to go to this tavern. Now, this is where we pick our pretty much identity or our character, right? So I was trying to figure out what it is I was trying to, gonna do. I was thinking of being a sorcerer based off of, minting the NFTs possibly. I would think that a sorcerer would be able to figure stuff out. But that could possibly go horribly wrong if you can't control your sorcery. um, or rogue, just because that looked cool as hell. Um, I might go rogue. Let's go rogue. You walk away. Present, presenting house, feed, drain. So you got to read the stuff. So as you can see, right, the fees 0.02. I think we had got like 0.09 or something like that, and it was like 14 cents. So, you know, it's pretty cheap to kind of get these or do these little things. But obviously I will need to drop some phantom in here because every little action or whatever is going to require some type of action and some type of fee and whatever. So let me confirm this just to get my thing minted. I mean, this whole space is just crazy, man. Like being able to play games on the blockchain and legit, you know, show and verify to people that you are doing stuff. So wow, you can come in and recruit people, it seems like. All right, so let me go to the tavern. You can recruit a hero. You recruit a sorcerer. Again, fee with it. Oh, crazy. The tavern thing, it's basically like creating your character, and I think you can create as many as you want. I think I should see like a sorcerer or whatever pop up. Yeah, next to my guy. So you can create as many as you want. Send them into an adventure. You can send them both together to gain some experience points. And with that, I'll obviously need to do the fees. And my item fees. Oh no, I had to do twice because it's two of them. But regardless, I mean, imagine if I was paying $50 a pop for each one of them. So yeah, oh, they're already back. Your hero returns with a prideful look on their face after a successful adventure into the wilderness. Your rogue came back just a bit wiser. It's cool. So they have the XP and they're resting for a day. So I have to come back tomorrow and send my guys back on an adventure. So get into this game. I mean, gaming may not be your thing, and I mean it doesn't look like it's much like fighting and stuff. Like it's not much graphics for right now, obviously. And it's just like those basic games that you play on your phone or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, this is crypto. So there's always going to be some type of, you know, something that you don't see or then recognize, okay, damn, like this actually became valuable because of XYZ. So I'm gonna continue with these and see what comes out of it. See what these dungeons stuff are. So the cellar is infamously below the tavern. It's commonly subject of whispers and rumors among the townfolk of evil lurking in the shadow. In the years past, many have entered, yet few returned alive. Okay. So they're playing out the story. And so even with that too, like me having to read this, you know, they're gonna improve on that, right? Games obviously narrate things or would at least have it running across the bottom if it has some type of gameplay and graphics, etc. Yeah, so it's like different dungeons that you can go into, I guess. And then your inventory will show here. So cool little game thing. Get on these early because these little things that the inventory that you may have may be one of one or just limited release type of inventory because you were on the platform early and only 20 were ever made type thing. So that's that. All right, so these other ones are like smaller platforms that I'm not really too, you know, overly excited about. Like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to do an airdrop. They are on my radar to kind of do more research on and see what may come out of it. This cow swap one, again, it's a swapping protocol that doesn't have a token potential for an airdrop. But they also talk about MEVs in here, all right, maximum extractable value, and how it, these bots have extracted $797 million dollars of value from people. And so the fact that they're already hip to this, just like how Miss X is doing it with theirs, makes me think that okay, there's someone who's they have some type of sense of whatever behind this project, because they obviously see something that's wrong with the industry, the network, and they're trying to provide some type of solution, or they're implementing a working solution into their project. So cow swap, I'm gonna send that to y'all, but just do y'all research on this one. I'm on the fence with it. This one here, I don't know what to think of it, in all honesty. Another swap, no token. I'm just looking at it like this is basic as shit. It looks old. And not everything is worth your time and stuff, especially if, yeah, it may lead to possibly losing your funds or whatever. So I will do more research on this for sure, because again, a lot of projects, I mean, shit, Uniswap isn't the prettiest thing out there at all, but it works, and there's billions of dollars into it. So I won't knock it by its cover. So I'll actually read it and do my research. But Robo Vault is another. I mean, yeah, the whole Robo thing. So I'm going to paste that in there so y'all have it. Okay. I know some of y'all might have heard me talk about Bright ID or getting verified or whatever. This app here, Bright ID, is a quick and easy way for people to have identity on the blockchain, to kind of verify who you are in a sense on the blockchain. And I'm on the fence with this because it's like, I mean, blockchain is supposed to be, in a sense, pseudo anonymous, right? You can see all that I do, but you don't know who I am, type of thing. And Bright Ideas, well, Bright Idea, I think their whole thing was that they want to protect against bots. So they want to make sure that at least the person in control of this Bright ID account is a real person. So they would set up these rooms where real people, you would have to get on your camera or whatever, and we would scan each other's QR codes to verify that, yeah, we were actually real people. And that way, whenever we try to use different protocols that may want to verify if you're a bot or not, you would have to just scan your Bright ID and your Bright ID would say that you're verified or unverified. I had got my Bright ID verified, and then I switched phones, and the only way I can get back into my account is those that, if I could get two people that have verified me in the past to scan my QR code and get me back in. But either way, I might just start over and get back into the rooms. But make sure to do it, because identity on the blockchain, especially as more and more solutions start to come on there, it's going to be needed to know that you're dealing with a real person and not a bot. Because those little captcha things where you got to click a picture in a box type of thing, Identify the school bus. They don't really work now because I mean computers are looking well. I mean AI is pretty good, so they can identify machine learning and all that. Like they can identify stuff in these photos. So that's not really too robust. All right, I'm almost done with y'all. Oh yeah, I was here because of that. You know what? We'll end up here. Yeah, we'll actually end it here. I'm gonna do another call end of the week, just to go over everything. Tonight I'm gonna still try to do the swap though, but I'm gonna do an end of the week call just to go over everything and answer any questions that people may have, and just to see where everybody at with their overall journey and learning this whole stuff. So with that being said, if y'all don't have any questions for me, I'm gonna let y'all go. It's pretty late, man. Y'all gotta wake up for shoot. Y'all might as well trade London. Fuck it. But nah, like this. Continue doing research on these platforms. I gave y'all a whole lot today, so I'm definitely going to make this video available for y'all to review. I dropped a whole bunch of links in that crypto platforms Discord. Use them, test them out, get the free test tokens, just interact with the protocols and interact with multiple wallets. So the same thing I was just doing, I'm about to do it with like 5 other wallets. Fuck it. Because at the end of the day, like if I could earn, an airdrop on all 5, it'll definitely be worth it. So yeah. Let me see. Question. Got you. Yeah, no, I always make sure to record, just to make sure that you can always revisit back, etc., etc. I always be liking like every time I trade my ETH for miss, it's like I get more and miss, and I don't know why. And I'm not complaining, but I just don't know why. Yeah, let's see what this swap is talking about. Yeah, now they 160. So I'm gonna just mac on this swap for right now. If not, I might just end up doing it before I go to sleep. Like, fuck it. Um, but yeah, do some research on that. And get yourself right. Ooh, yeah, it just jumped crazy. So I'm gonna just mac on that. I might just make some more of these little characters. See, it's crazy because I'm thinking stuff about to be looking like this. But all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Oh no, there actually was this. Yeah, there's the rabbit hole thing. Hold on, because there was a cool. Yeah, yeah. One last thing, if y'all still here. This website, rabbit hole. There's different what they call quests that you can do, and you get rewarded. So, for example, this first one, you can do these tasks where you supply assets on Aave on Polygon. You can provide liquidity to Sushi Swap on Polygon. You can swap any token on Uniswap on Optimism, which we just did. You can set record, reverse record to ENS. Like you can click on each of these to get to it, and your reward will be an NFT. And yeah, you can see what the NFT is. And if you go to look at it on here, it's worth $261. You know, for doing those quests. So this is something that's new because I ain't never seen this before. And this one was even cooler for compound. And I might actually do this because they're giving you 0.15 compound. That's almost $50 worth of compound right now. Plus an NFT, which you can look at it and on OpenSeas as well. And this one's worth $133. So that paired with the compound is, you know, roughly $300 that you would get in a sense for free, because I mean you're still keeping your tokens, you're just doing an action. Now this is why I needed my Bright ID. Yeah, I guess I did close the page because it was on the Bright ID. Because they want to make sure you're a real person. And only and that's the thing too, like they wanted to limit people doing multiple wallets, you know, getting the airdrops on multiple wallets and stuff like that. So to get an airdrop, you might need to do your Bright ID, and if it was already scanned already, then you can't get, you know, 2 or 3 drops. But either way, like look into this. It's only 2 quests right now, but I don't know if they rotate or if more is gonna come. Yeah, it's about 13 hours left on this one, 14 days left on this one. Um, yeah. I wonder what the rewards thing is. But either way, this is a cool little thing to get y'all involved in these different protocols, do these different tasks, and you get rewarded for doing so. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Actually, for my own purpose, I just want to see what Bitcoin and ETH are doing. 49.4. So yeah, we're still climbing up. Um, you know, I'm waiting to touch 50K, see how we reject off of that. But we're in this bull market, man. This thing is going crazy. Just looking at the moving averages alone, um, we're getting bullish crosses on them. Pull out the racks. We're getting another racks buy on the 4-hour. Got a racks buy on the daily. Yeah, so and we have our weekly here. So as soon as we break above 50, the next target is 65. Okay. Yeah, on the daily we're above that. So next target is 65 after breaking above 50, but I am expecting huge reaction on that 50K or right before it, which is why I had made that the target. But I had got stopped out on this wick in profit though, so can't complain too much. But I did take another re-entry here on a short scalping up to 50K. I'm gonna take my target right before 50K. Yeah, I'm gonna react off that. I just have to see how things are because it's a lot of manipulation in this space. You really can't go fully off of institutional concepts because they're the ones that are fucking, you know, that are doing all this manipulation stuff anyway, which I get, you know, trying to run with the banks, but some of these rug pulls be a little crazy, especially when you trading. This thing moves so fast. But either way, that's what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin. Yeah, still had this trade waiting here. Went into another reaccumulation zone. And from there, we're gonna shoot off. ETH, I'm gonna little bit more bullish on ETH just because long term, but you know, mid to short term, like the next 2 to 3 months, Bitcoin is going to be the one leading the pack. But after that, like Ethereum is going to face rip. Really, I think my prediction for Ethereum is 13 grand. Everyone keeps saying 10, but I really think we're gonna go past 10. Saying 13 grand. And that's crazy because I picked up my first ETH at $80, and I thought I was late to the party. And I started telling everybody that I knew to buy something when it was at 200, and now this shit at $3,000. That's crazy. And ETH might be one cycle behind Ethereum, behind Bitcoin. Meaning it could hit that 20K, do the pullback, go up to 65 like Bitcoin did. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Cardano, now this could be a bullish flag here. It has been rejecting off of this resistance, but it looks like it's pretty bullish looking to break through. So yeah, I'm gonna just wait and see on this one. But all right, man. Reacts better off of quarters. What do you mean by that? Oh, yeah. Because I did. Yeah, this is the ultimate little buy-in for sure. But all right, y'all. I gotta get to bed. Fucking late as hell. But I'm get with y'all in the AM and let y'all know what I see trading wise. But for Bitcoin, like I'm waiting for that move, the Ethereum move. I mean, they're waiting to see what Bitcoin's gonna do anyway, so that moves a little bit slower. Yeah, so I'll let y'all know what's up. Take advantage of all that I showed y'all. Because yeah, this will be the best way for y'all to put y'all money away and earn some passive income. All right. So any questions, just hit me up in the chat. Peace. I'll let y'all.